Alright, what's going on, everyone? This is Dylan, Bryan, and myself, Russ and LaParre, and we're going to start doing some commentary on one of the best matches we had with, I think, the top two decks that we have in X and Y on testing, which was Vespiquen and Metal Rayquaza, or it's Vespiquen Evolutions. Sorry, it's the same with slurpuff, but the EVs are cuter, so we get to play them and mention them instead.
Yeah, I'll be playing the Vespiquen eevee thing on the right, and then on the left, Russ will be playing the Metal Rayquaza.
Yeah, you can tell it's done because he got that watch. He's got the brown and gold. I don't know what he's talking to me about right here, but you're taking forever to shuffle. I think it's because you just organized your deck, and you're talking about turn-by-turn play.
No, I think this... Yeah, I don't know if this was the first game that I played with Vespiquen, so I'm just making sure that it was shuffled, or if this was after the Vileplume game that we played.
We played the Vileplume game at Chris's.
Okay.
Wait, was it? Did we?
No,
we played it down. We played it downstairs.
Okay.
At the league, yeah. Before I got bopped. I like this to like go on something else. I like this Nationals mat, man. It's gorgeous. It's pretty good. All right, so Dylan starts with Shaymin, and he's like, I don't know what else to do. So he hex because his hand sucks, right?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember this game now. Yeah, my hand was terrible, so I was like, all right, I guess my only chance is to hex maniac Russ so he can't play Shaymin and hope that slows him down, and then I draw a Juniper for the next turn. But Russ is still going off with battle compressors and everything, so.
I DC the Aegislash. That way I can start attacking with it ASAP. Cause I was like, alright, if your hand sucks, I'm not doing anything to help you. I'm just gonna sit here and just try to slash blast you twice.
Yeah.
This is my first time ever playing Metal Ray. Ever. Like,
you haven't even played it in...
No, when we play test, I'm just like, I'm not gonna play that ever. So, yeah. I'll be on this end. And then Juniper away some VS Seekers.
Metal Ray is basically the same deck in Extend. In XY on, except better. I mean, you don't have N, but nobody has N. But you have Hoopa, and being able to Ultra Ball for Hoopa gives you access to everything. I mean, you're not going to see Russ do that here because I played X Maniac, but...
Yeah, Hoopa's really, really good.
I mean, in this matchup, though, I mean, it's basically just... Vespiquen just kind of functions as how its Flareon deck would, because Vespiquen has basically the same attack, so I'm going to try and discard a bunch of Pokemon and try and trade 2 prizes for 1, and Russ is going to try and stop... And I have Jolteon to help me one-shot the... Rayquazas, and Russ is going to try and stop me from doing that either by using Heatran as a non-EX attacker, setting up really quickly, using Aegislash because Aegislash can't be hit by a Vespiquen with a double colorless energy, but Hex Maniac is a card that actually lets me play around Aegislash's Mighty Shield ability. So
yeah,
we'll see if I actually set up.
So I was going to Ultra Ball away one of the Aegislash because I like looking at the Hoopa, and then I realized I shouldn't have done that. That's why I took it back. So I'm like, okay, I need a Bronzor setup. I believe I have a Shaymin in my hand before I passed. You can't see it from this angle, and that's why I kind of just passed. How I play the game is if I don't see any way I can further advance my turn, I like to either not play a supporter that if I haven't used one yet, or not to use any extra abilities that seem completely unnecessary. And Shaymin can be easily picked off by the Vespiquen deck, and I don't want to just burn them off. I think Dylan drew a Battle Compressor here and compressor away a bunch of garbage.
I compress it away the Birch in case I top deck a VS Seeker, because I need 4 more outs to not get it. I mean, a lot of people might wonder why I don't just discard 3 Pokemon, or when I want to keep the supporter in my deck, because it gives me a better odds of drawing a supporter, but I decided to put the Birch in there because I could VS Seeker for Birch if I top deck 1, flip heads, and draw 7, so.
Yeah. Oh, did I not end with a Shaymin? Pretty sure I had a Shaymin. I don't know what I'm thinking about.
I don't know what you're thinking about either. I know that I'm thinking that I lost this game.
I think I'm thinking that too. I might have an N.
I mean, at this point, I'm just very pessimistic because I'm just Shaymin passing. But I know that I saw.
Oh, there you go. I know I didn't. There you go. Soon. There you go. We be a secret. We get Junipers. Broken hands. Oh, I wanted to go ham. That's why.
Oh yeah, you wanted.
We were trying to go ham. Yeah, for the.
So Russ is doing it correctly. Russ is gonna give me only 1 more turn to try and draw out of this terrible hand. I got it unknown. I have a sliver of hope.
Yeah, and then my other thinking was, if I slash blast on the active, and then you're able to pop down your DC and then bench a second Pokemon, then my Slash Slash from the previous turn got negated. And so I was like, alright, I can just put you on a straight clock by just Mega Evolving and then going in with it off the switch.
Yeah, there's no difference between hitting me for 60 and just getting the Mega Ray out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I drew Unknown into Ultra Ball, so now I'm gonna go off with Shaymin. I mean, I'm still really far behind because now Russ is all set up, but there's still a chance. Like if I draw very well and I get like a bunch of combos to play and I hit a bunch of Battle Compressors to discard a bunch of Pokemon.
Oh, mega damage! Let's go, Old Town, baby.
That's the new stadium that does 20 in between turns to all Mega Pokemon. So
yeah,
I just played it because I want to draw more cards with Shaymin and such.
How do you like the Unknown? Just to talk about the matchup in the deck in general. Like, do you think it was good?
Vespiquen and I'm Vespiquen for Birch, just in case it's unclear.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Unknown. I think that Unknown is really good in Vespiquen if you don't have better Pokemon to play. Which
do you miss the interrupt you? Do you miss a Birch, dude? Like this is this is so ridiculous. Holy shit. I think we talk about your Birch boys all day. Okay, but yeah, we're talking about Vespiquen and Unknown.
I mean, if you have better Pokemon to play in Vespiquen, Unknown cycles itself, and it helps you power up Vespiquen's damage output. Yeah. I mean, it's basically like Unknown is just like replace itself. Vespiquen just plus 10 more damage for the rest of the game. So like, I don't think I'd play 4 Unknowns in every deck, but in Vespiquen, if you have an extra Ultra Ball and you don't want to get like another Shaymin because of bench space or whatever, it like turns your Ultra Ball into a draw 1. So I think that, like, because it could turn your Ultra Balls or level balls into, like, a draw 1 if you play 1 Unknown in other decks.
Yeah.
Like, but in Vespiquen, is, like, one of the few decks that you're going to play 4, just because it helps having a ton of Pokemon in your deck. And it's consistency. So, until there's, like, more Pokemon come out that are good, like, techs for other matchups, because if you see any, like, flareon lists now, they're super teched out with, like, all the Leafeons and Deoxys and Executes and Jirachi and Empoleon or what have you. So they have a ton of other Pokemon to play, but this format right now is just kind of like Vespiquen, Evolutions, Unknowns, and I'm playing like slurpuff for even more consistency. Like we couldn't even think of many techs to add except for Druddigon or bunnelby.
Yeah, it's a funny moment when we're like, what else can we play in here? Instead of, we don't have enough space.
Yeah, well, I chose not to play Muscle Bands. I chose to play the Stadiums in case you come across a Groudon deck with Focus Sash, and because Mega Pokemon are the Pokemon that you're most likely to struggle knocking out, but it's possible that I could play a couple less Pokemon, like only like a 1/1 Slurpuff line and add in 2 Muscle Bands. So. Yeah.
Alright, so the previous turn you Sky Returned, obvious, and then the Old Town did damage, woo, we got 20 down. And then
my that turn was just to discard as many Pokemon in play, get some combis down, get Eevee in play, start setting up because I'm a turn behind where I should normally be because of my bad start. Yeah. But if I draw very well, there's still potential for me to come back. I did miss an energy though. I really would have liked to get an energy in play. That's because even if I do knock out this Rayquaza, I'm either going to need to VS Seeker for Hex Maniac or have 2 basic energy in play to deal with this Aegislash that Russ is getting. So Russ is correctly getting a second Bronzong set up so that he can use the second Aegislash.
Yeah.
And he's going to make me go through 2 of them, which is going to be really difficult.
You see me play my 3rd Juniper in a row? Let's go. This deck's stupid. I'm not used to that. I used to all that.
Yeah, a lot of the decks in the new format are really hindered because they have to play either a lot of Birches or a lot of Shaunas, but decks like Vespiquen and Metal Rayquaza can get away with only playing a couple Birches or a couple Shauna if you don't like the flip. And they can just Sycamore every turn, Battle Compressor, Shaymin a bunch of times. So that's why that's part of the reason why these decks are so strong. Just the engine.
Yeah, these decks are blatantly on top for right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully next set will give us something juicy for cities. But in terms of like the LCs that we're gonna get from X and Y on, I think these 2 are really coming out ahead. These 2 should be the ones to beat. Plus Manectric with like Hex Maniac, just because we'll see in a couple games how strong like Hex Maniac is, and you saw in the last game, with me playing Giratina. Hey, we got there. Giratina. Giratina.
Now I need is Jolteon.
Yeah.
If I get a Jolteon, then I can knock him out, and then he's gonna come up with Aegislash and knock me out, and then ideally I get like a double Colorless and a Hex Maniac to respond. But I still think I need to discard a lot of Pokemon. So. just throwing away the Swirlixes because I had to Ultra Ball away both of my Slurpuffs on the first turn. I already have my Jolteon out. Yeah, I think a lot of people play a ton of evolutions. Like, they play like 3 or 4 Eevee, Flareon, multiple.
I've noticed that in most of the lists.
I'm not playing the Flareon in this list at all. And we'll link it in the description or post it in the description because there's not really any water weak Pokemon that are very popular right now.
Yeah.
And you really only need one Jolteon or one Flareon out, and then you could just discard them in the XF matchup. So that's why I'm only running up to 2 line of the evolution.
Yeah, and if they take the time to actually like knock out like Lysandre, knock out the Pokemon, then Vespiquen can just get a free revenge kill off of that one. You know, like when you're playing one of, if you take the time to actually Lysandre and hit that one, then cool, your Vespiquen just got 2 hits off without any kind of retaliation back to it, which is pretty nice. I think I bring up the Rayquaza here because I have.
Imagine if it's Switch.
Yeah, a Switch or a Link or something, unless I'm playing badly. Oh, I have DC Retreat like an idiot.
Alright, there we go.
Well, no, I think I needed another Metal Energy on it. Is that what my game plan was?
You Metal Linked twice to it. I don't know why you didn't just Metal Link once to it.
No, I don't know why either. I think I'm doing math on the Shaymin, or
yeah, in the future, for the future, but yeah,
it's okay. This is what we play test. I got a trainer's mail. We're going ham.
Yeah, Russ is going hard, and I'm just thinking how I'm counting my Pokemon, and I'm thinking like, is there a way that I can do 170 damage and play a Hex Maniac the next turn to knock out this Aegislash? Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to stall with like a Jolteon, which has some metal resistance, or another non-EX Pokemon. Yeah. Or get like a DC and a Lysandre. That'd be nice too. But just like my bad start and me being behind 1 turn is like if that didn't happen, then I might have like another energy in play. I might have more Pokemon in the discard, like etc. So Jolteon's got free retreat, so he's gonna get in there for now. That's the other really cool thing. Like if you start with eevee in any matchup, you can evolve to Jolteon, and then you can just free retreat to a Vespiquen and still get the attack off turn too.
Yeah, you talked about this last video. You sound so excited for it. Yo, the free retreat's crazy, man. It's crazy. I think you pitch AZ because it's useless right now, right? Unless you pick up Shaymin very end if you're trying to dodge the 2 prizes. But
yeah, I don't think there's any other Pokemon in my deck that I can afford to discard because I think they're important Vespiquen and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what I have. I don't know if I'm gonna like Shaymin here or if I'm just gonna concede to not being able to knock you out with the Hex Maniac this turn and I have to Sycamore.
Yeah. Oh, this is when the kid walks up and starts taking your graveyard, right? Or your discard. Forgot we're playing Pokemon. Yeah,
okay. Junior just took my discard. My sequence 220 now.
Juniors do whatever they want. They don't care. They're like, oh, nice feeling. What's this? Can I put it together? Oh.
Yeah, so I'm compressing a ton of stuff. Yeah, Sycamores at this point are actually almost useless because I'm going to start decking myself out soon with Sycamores. And it's the point where I need to start playing a lot of Lysandres and Hex Maniacs at the same game. Because otherwise, Russ essentially has me on like a 3-turn clock, if not a 2-turn clock, if he Lysandre Shaymin. So.
I think the matchup's super even, like in the long run. I know some people were mad that we gave out spoilers last time, so we're not going to talk about how this ends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the matchup. Like, even with me punting, I should attach the second Aegislash here. I should have promoted the Rayquaza and stuff.
Yeah, I don't even remember if I knocked you out this turn or not. I feel like I'm doing a bunch of things and trying to thin out my deck because I'm trying to draw a bunch
to get there off the Shaymin. Yeah.
Yeah, so you see I thinned my deck down a ton. So I still haven't played a supporter, so like I'm looking for maybe I need to get a second combi, I need to get a Vespiquen, and then I either need to get a Hex Maniac or a Lysandre, or like a VS Seeker for either one, because the Hex Maniac is already in there. So they got combi, that's step 1. I don't know if I'm thinking about which Pokemon to sacrifice, or if I'm thinking about how I could draw more cards with another chamber. So I can't see what's in my hand, I don't remember. Like if I don't...
No, you're definitely confused. I think you whiffed on the Vespiquen. That's what you talked about, because you had 2 in your Discord already, right?
Possibly.
No, and I remember you discarded one in the beginning of the game, and then I knocked out one.
Okay, yeah, so I was debating whether I should sacrifice a combi or whether I should sacrifice a Jolteon, but I decided to leave the Jolteon active. Yeah,
then you pass on, just go through the Rayquaza plan. If I knock out the Joltik, then it's going to be really hard for you to get rid of the Mega, and then I just get a Lysandre, and then give me the one with the DC on it. Yeah, I should have just took out the Joltik.
No, you should
No,
have taken
Jolteon,
out
Jolteon.
Shaymin.
Shaymin?
No,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, we did talk about that. We said take out the
Yeah,
Shaymin and then
if you take out the Shaymin, then
the game is literally over. Yeah.
Yeah, because then no matter what I do next turn, then Russ will be one prize away from winning, and he can one-shot anything with either the Rayquaza or the Aegislash. But now he left himself with 2 prizes.
Yeah. We got an Ash though. You get the little baggie.
I have a slim chance.
You got a little baggie. And I think right about here is where I mention it. Of how I misplayed. I was like, oh, I just got Shaymin. I'm so stupid.
That's what I thought you were going to do. I saw the Lysandre, and I was like, oh. But now I'm just putting a ton of unknowns back in because I'm going to Ultra Ball for the Shaymin.
Yeah.
And I needed to put the Vespiquen back in my deck because I was running out of Vespiquen, so I needed an extra combi so I don't run out of combis. So I'm hoping to Shaymin into almost all of my unknowns and the VS Seeker for Hex Maniac. So essentially I have to get like really lucky. But if I Shaymin into like unknown and then unknown into unknown and then unknown into like a more unknowns and like a VS Seeker and get like somehow draw like all this Vespiquen DCU VS Seeker and cycle all the unknowns, and I can still knock you out. But I know I need to get really lucky here. But we're doing what we can. I'm drawing like 5 out of 10.
We'll get somewhere. We'll get there.
Alright, step 1.
Alright. More unknowns.
You can see the excitement.
More unknowns.
My discard pile isn't even organized.
Oh, you hit the grass energy. Good body.
Yeah. I think I came up a little bit short. I don't know. I think I might have needed that 4th unknown.
You did.
Or like
I remember we were talking about it and you're like, I just don't think there's a way I can win right now. And then I had another Lysandre or something to follow up anyway. Or I just take a knockout next turn and then we're just like, okay, the game's over now.
Yeah, I probably have a BS Seeker for a Lysandre or Hex Maniac in my hand, but
yeah.
And I also needed to draw the other combi. Yeah.
We showed it. You show it.
Oh, that's why I think I wished the turn before. Like I couldn't even draw a Lysandre the turn before because I prized the BS Seeker. That's right. Alright. So I mean that game you saw it was pretty close. I could have gotten down to 2 prizes I think if I had just BS Seeker for Lysandre that turn. But I mean I was playing all my plays were kinda like plays to win, even though they were really unlikely. But I came up short like a turn or 2 because of my dead draw with Shaymin Pass. So hopefully this game I get a better start.
Yeah, I will say that the whole like dead draw Shaymin Pass kind of thing that rarely happened. I think that was the one game that you actually did that with that deck, right? With Vespiquen.
Yeah.
Like it was
right,
yeah. Just super consistent, super fast. And the X and Y on. And it all goes back to what we talked about before. It doesn't have the necessity of relying on Birch and Shauna and like these second-rate supporters compared to like our current format. Yeah, but it's nowhere near what we wanted to with like Tyranitar bats and stuff, or like the Giratina, Wildflume. I know I have to catch myself now because people yell at me. You see the dude on Twitch? This dude on Twitch made a name, Gratnia. It was hilarious.
Did he?
Yeah, and he was talking trash to me during the Pokemon Elite Championship series by Jeremy Jalen. It was so funny.
Glad that we inspired something.
Yeah, he was like, oh. I was like, is that Gratnia? What? Oh, I hate this dude. The never ending. It'd be funnier if it wasn't someone I knew. You know what I'm saying? Just like a random. It's like a random person. Not even a fan. Just someone's like, this jackass saying Gratnia. Get this dude. Easy.
Shuffling the time.
Yeah.
I don't think until I watched myself I actually realized how much more I shuffled in the end.
What, do you shuffle? Yeah, you shuffle like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you had to because you had you're playing Flareon and like you stack all your cards together.
Yeah.
Like savage amounts. I have to with Flygon. I go extra ham because I have so many evolution lines. I'm like, nope, not me, not this, not that. Alright, so obviously Dylan's gonna be taken first.
Yep.
Please remember when you guys play at Worlds or the Boston Open to wear a watch. You can't look at it though. You're not allowed to keep track of time, but you can wear a watch.
Yeah, you know.
It'll matter versus the Wailords.
I mean, it's stylish, so I like that one. Maybe we'll see some Burrow madness up in the Biosyn game. Alright, so I get a Juniper, so we're already off Sycamore, so I'm already off to a better start than last game.
Yeah.
So, I think I had to discard a couple of Vespiquen, but I play Sacred Ash and I have the bunnelby to get cards back in, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm just looking for Combi's energy eevee. It doesn't look like we got any of that, because we're attaching an energy to unknown. Okay. I think I remember my hand was like very clunky, so I actually like had to Shaymin here. Yeah,
Starting unknown is very unfortunate. Like it's one of the worst feelings in the world.
Yeah.
Starting unknown when you can't just pitch it off. What are you thinking about here? What you thinking about?
I know that I already discarded. Yeah, all right.
Oh, it was a slurpuff that you were thinking about not discarding.
Yeah, I didn't want to discard the slurpuff.
Okay, but we need combis.
Yeah, you need Combi at least for end of turn to best play. And then I probably will either retreat to bunnelby if I feel like I have to Rotoliller turn 2, or I'll retreat to Combi. Because if I retreat to Combi, then you can't knock out Combi turn 1 with your deck, I believe, and I could have also Vespiquen and get free retreat the following turn. So you saw me want to retreat to bunnelby, but then I'm like, oh wait, you can't kill me. I will just evolve the Vespiquen next turn and then free retreat.
Oh, and then I fear the Vespiquen, so I made the Juniper. I was like, Bronzong, please save me.
Yeah, so now it's Rayquaza's turn to go off. I feel like both decks take like a long time the first couple turns because they have so many trainers to play.
But then it's just 0 to 60s. Just zoom prizes.
But, I mean, you're basically just looking for the same stuff. I didn't get an energy. Oh, I did get an energy. I had to retreat the other one. Yeah, so Russ is just looking for. Oh yeah, that's right. You realize that Hoopa's a card. That's what that was. You're like,
oh yeah, there you go. I was like, oh, what? Well, I don't need that garbage. I got this broken card we get. What's this? I can get everything.
Plus all the other stuff. Did you not get a second Aegislash?
No, I wanted the Rayquaza combo to get started because you didn't bench a eevee.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so I'm just like, okay. I was like, okay, maybe I can get this started, and then possibly Mega Ray could tank 2 hits.
Yeah, that's right. You kind of want to use Mega Ray first, and then I guess transition into both Aegislashes.
Yeah. At least that was the mindset.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up Aegislash because it's gonna be almost impossible for me to knock that out. I probably have to play Sycamore this turn, and that means I can't also play Maniac.
Yeah.
Aegislash can't be into the PC. I just decided, alright, I think I have 1 or 2 Vespiquen in my discard pile now, and I have DC I retreated off unknown, so I just decided, alright, we're gonna
bunnelby up.
Roller a couple times, because I see that you have no energy in play, so I figure I might be able to get a couple Rotolillers off.
Mm-hmm. And then you're utilizing that free retreat off Vespiquen, which is pretty absurd. Yeah. God, look at unknown go. I think you just got a slurpuff too.
I'm not actually sure if I even should have benched slurpuff in this matchup, because I feel like I need to be able to do 170 to Aegislash, and I just don't know if I play enough Pokemon where I can afford to bench slurpuff or not. So I think I just kind of benched Warlock without really even thinking about it, and last game I didn't because I had to Ultra Ball away both slurpuffs, but I feel like I should have thought a little bit more about it, at least before benching it. I feel like I didn't give it any thought, because it's tough to do 170 to Aegislash.
Yeah, outside of like utilizing Flareon, but you'd rather have Jolteon in this matchup.
Well, no, you can't utilize Flareon, because if you utilize Flareon and play Hex Maniac, you shut off Flareon.
Oh, you do, don't you? Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, so if you want,
we good, we living.
Yeah, I thought about that.
I thought I answered it before earlier in my thinking, and then I try to go back to it now, just because I really like the picture of Flareon. I was like, he's broken. I'm gonna believe.
Flareon is my favorite evolution, but
really, dude, Umbreon or die. Umbreon's he's the cutest, he's the sweetest. Like, he's just 2 beasts. Look at him.
I wanted Flareon to work so badly for that one world, and that's why I played it and played so many games, because Flareon was my favorite. I was like, this has gotta work.
Oh, that was when I first started playing the game, and you got bought by Kaczynski.
Yeah.
Right? Is that it? When you were like, tracking fast. I saw you playing on stream, and I was like, why does this dude look so mean? Like, you had this gesture, and then you smiled when you passed, and I was like, oh, he's not mean. And then Jaywitz, or they did a double energy attachment, and I was just like, whew, this dude's cheater. He's a cheater, dude. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm coming from Yu-Gi-Oh. I know cheaters on a C1. And that's why I read your article on 60 cards. I think,
Oh yeah, that's
right? Was that it? Was it a flareon? I was like, oh,
yeah.
geez. And then you started writing for 6 prizes. And I was like, oh, I remember this dude's name. He's a flareon dude.
Yeah, I was like, everybody wants to hear about my Flareon's World Report, and 60 cards. Was just starting up at that time, so I was like, all right, I'll write something for them, and then I'll have something to show Adam to make sure so that he knows that I'm not a terrible writer. So
I gotcha.
make sure I'm a college educated individual.
He's stupid. All right, we'll get back to this. So
Alright, yeah.
you're like, okay, I want a slurpuff, and you're like, just kidding. Eevee's the play. We need
Yeah,
Jolteon.
I really want to get the Jolteon because I figure you're gonna, like we talked about, Russ is probably gonna go into Rayquaza first, so I want to make sure that I have the Jolteon to deal with that. But just like, I have like this bunnelby on my bench, I have the eevee in play, I have the Swirlix down, and it might start to get difficult for me to hit the 170. Because I do play a ton of Pokemon in my deck, but I don't want to Battle Compressor away all the combis in the Vespiquen or I'm going to run out of attacker. So if Russ attacks with Aegislash, like soon, without knocking out a lot of my Vespiquen, it's going to be very difficult for me to hit the 170 damage mark, unless I'm willing to Battle Compressor away some of my own combis in Vespiquen.
Yeah.
I'll have to see how it plays out. I don't even remember how it plays out, but I just watching it, I imagine it's going to be close whether or not I get it that 170 with the Hex Maniac.
I think on this one, I pitched away that Ace Trainer. I was trying to set you up for it. Then when you brought up Bunnelby, and I was just like, oh, okay, then I'm pitching this away, and I'm able to get a switch here and into Mega Rayquaza, but I'm just trying to weigh like the risks of it versus you having Jolteon and having the DC for the Vespi. But
I have an eevee and a Vespiquen.
I'm pretty sure I take the aggressive approach here. Because I was like, we need to get the ball rolling, and I could at least like stop this Bunnelby from kicking me in the face the rest of the game.
Yeah, if you don't get the ball rolling, I'm gonna start using Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically like, I could be more set up, and I feel like other than getting an extra energy or two in play, your deck is as set up as it can be.
Yeah,
like, yeah. So I feel like the not doing anything strategy puts me in a better position.
Oh yeah, you had the absurd madness. Going you had it all.
And then I picked up the Shaymin Ex instead. So in case I did that really fast. Now, I mean, I'm trying to make sure that I can get another combi in play because I want to be able to respond the next turn if this Vespiquen gets knocked out because you have a Bronzong ready.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can knock it out. Is there a way that you can knock out this Vespiquen? I guess if you got a Metal Link with DC regular Quasi Ex and like a switch, then you could hit me for 100.
Yeah.
Alright, Teamless is pretty good. I already have everything, so any two I'll do.
Not having the second Bronzong setup really hurt. I was really going for that for the following turn, like hoping.
Yeah, that is
to get that Bronzor online, because that's why I sat there and thought about that for the aggressive play onto the Bunnelby. And I was like, I'm just feeding you this Mega Ray off of this if you have it, and then you just had it all. And I was like, wow, that was a good play as well as a stupid play. Like I could have took a separate approach with that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm always gonna have it there just because, or likely to draw into it just because my deck is so thin from Battle Compressor a couple times.
I bring up the Shaymin with the anticipation to Sky Return into the Aegislash.
Yeah,
after like loading up once, yeah.
So then we'll see. Like just looking because I separate my discard pile, it doesn't look like that pile of Pokemon is quite thick enough to KO your Aegislash just yet. But I guess.
Oh, let's go! Let's Ace Trainer. Throw it at you. Everything. It was so exciting playing it.
Yeah, that's our first Ace Trainer.
I really like it. It doesn't compare anywhere near end though.
Yeah.
Like, cause you can end on your own turn when you're not behind. It's juicy. Yeah.
I think it's a good card. Yeah.
Is there a fuller one? I don't know. Is there?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either. Okay, I don't think there is. If there is, tell us in the comments below or something. Prove me right. Please.
I wish they would have brought back Wager. I would have liked to play rock, paper, scissors turn 1.
What is that? What are you talking about? Wager?
That was all the old school stuff. It's kind of like Ace Trainer, except you don't need to be behind, and you play rock, paper, scissors, and the winner gets 6 and the loser gets 3. So it's like a comeback card, but it depends on rock, paper, scissors skill instead of prizes.
That's a slap in the mouth. Oh my gosh. Was it fun though? Like, did it make or break like any kind of finals of worlds or like nationals, or people just like wager? Tails, you know, like he got scissors and just stood up and went ham. It was good.
I was only in senior, so I guess fun cards seems like it didn't matter back then. I played 4 wagers, so I could outplay my opponent in rock, paper, scissors.
Alright, I don't know if you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh, but at one of the regionals that I went to, in one of these I went to, one of the guys there, he has no arms. He's like nubs, and he plays with his feet, and he holds his cards with his feet, his toes, and he shuffles the deck with his feet. It is crazy magnificent what this man does with his feet. And he was in a tournament, and I think second round he had to play against this kid, and this kid played a card that says it's called Yu-Gi-Oh Friendship or something, and you and your opponent both shake hands, and then you both gain I think like 4,000 life points, right? And since he has no hands, he wasn't able to shake his hand, and the kid complained and then called a judge, and the head judge gave him a game loss because he couldn't shake the guy's hand, and then he lost because of that. Like, that was it. That was game 3. It was the most savage thing in the world. So did that ever happen in Pokemon, or you had a candy store?
Like how somebody couldn't perform the action of the card? They had rock, paper, scissors cards that you were allowed to use. So I guess if you didn't have hands and you only had stubs, you'd be able to do that. I only had 10 Pokemon in my discard, and I just decided that there would be a way where I think I could one-shot your Aegislash, because I had all these Jolteons and slurpuff set up, so I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna try and two-shot it instead. But I ended up whipping a combi that turn, so that kind of opens the door for us. So my game plan, is looking at it, is, alright, I'm gonna try and finish this Aegislash off with another Vespiquen and Hex Maniac, and then I'm going to try and Lysandre up Maniac to win the game.
Yeah.
Or play a second Hex Maniac.
You got a Tails on Birch. He failed you. Finally.
Finally.
He finally failed you. Compressor power. I didn't realize, like as dumbfounded as it is, when you Hex Maniac and I went into my turn, I was like, Metal, whoa. Whoa. Oh, yeah. I was like, whoa. Bronzong.
Yeah, actually, even though I missed the combi, I'm not actually in that much trouble, because
I couldn't accelerate.
Yeah, you can't accelerate. So.
It was crazy. This is why playtesting helps.
I wonder if I mistake and I retreat into slurpuff, because I feel like I did that. And then I'm like, that was dumb. Yeah, I don't know why I did this. I was greedy and I got the extra card, but in hindsight, because I think I really wanted combis, and I drew double combi. But if I knew, like, if I already had a combi, I would have just left the Jolteon active to deny you a prize card, or force you to have a Lysandre. I think you might end up trying to Lysandre a combi anyway, but so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what the game plan turns into. I was like, let's start cutting off.
Yeah, you want to try cutting off my bet.
Yeah, because like if you make one and then knock out the Aegislash off of a Hex, then it's not too bad. But
yeah, or maybe I want you to knock out this slurpuff because I'm trying to get more Pokemon into my discard pile. As weird as that sounds, because I'm just like, I'm gonna run out of Vespiquen, so I don't really care about this prize card.
Yeah, and then you can get closer to hitting your 170.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, if you hit the Slurpuff, I don't really care. Otherwise, I got an extra card this turn, I want to get 2 more cards next turn. So it's like, kill the Slurpuff, or I'm going to get 2 more cards. And if you do it, then I get more Pokemon in my discard. And I only have X amount of Vespiquen left anyway, so I don't really care if I give up this prize card. So, I don't know. It was actually an interesting decision between leaping up the Jolteon or retreating to the Slurpuff. And I feel like I'm just like, oh, I really want to draw an extra card. But I feel like thinking about it, there's a lot. And yeah, Russ tries to use the Metal Link. Didn't I? Oh no, I didn't play Hex Maniac. That was another thing. So now I need to Hex Maniac.
Hex Maniac, attack, and then get a Lysandre the following turn to finally end the game. Yeah.
Or have enough Pokemon in my discard pile, which I hopefully started to achieve by sacrificing that Slurpuff Maybe I was thinking about it. I don't know how much I was thinking with that, but there's the Hex Maniac.
Are we birching?
Oh, I guess because I don't have the energy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a heads or not.
It wasn't. It was a tails.
Alright, the Birches are catching up to me.
The Birches are finally evening out since New England regionals.
Right, they can even out in this game.
This is pretty, like, excruciating prize exchange here.
Yeah, like, I have an attack for the last 2 turns. You see how Vespiquen can, like, jump ahead in the prize exchange, but if you whiff, like, a couple turns, or you have to use Hex Maniac as your supporter, you start to whiff things. So,
Yeah.
that's, like, allowing it to be really close. I was debating whether or not to bench that combi, because I'm thinking that, I think I only have 1 more Vespiquen left in my deck, and I'm going to, or I might have to Battle Compressor the second one that's left in my deck, and I don't want that combi to become a Lysandre target at the end of the game. But I also don't want you to like Lysandre Vespiquen this turn and then not have the combi the following turn. I don't know. I was just like, yeah, whatever, I'll bench it. I don't want to run out of combi if you just decide to go the kill all his combis route.
Yeah. I get the Aegislash up to 4 energy. That way I can hit the Shaymin.
Alright, and then this game you decide, alright, yeah, I'm gonna put you on a clock. I'm gonna go down to 1 prize. Which is definitely correct.
Oh, switch you.
Oh yeah,
and then after thinking about that, I played myself right into getting Hex mirrored. And not having enough energy there to end the game. Yeah. Or Hex Maniac. Sorry.
They're gonna comment on Hex mirror.
Yeah, they're gonna comment on everything.
Oh yeah, so this is yeah, I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna Hex Maniac you. And then I was sad that I benching this combi could potentially come back to bite me, because I'm gonna Hex Maniac you, and then I could evolve one of my combis into a Vespiquen. But now, if Russ has, I think maybe if he has 1 more VS Seeker left, or another Lysandre, he can Lysandre that combi on the bench, and then get his last prize off that combi. Or otherwise he wouldn't be able to take a prize this turn, because he can't use Metal Links like you said, because Hex Maniac is gonna shut it off. That's gonna be my game plan.
Yeah, so you Maniac, knock
but
out
now
the
that combi's a liability. You can only be 60 or 80, and because that's on the bench, now if you have a Lysandre, you could win. I think you only have 1 more out to Lysandre. Like you
it is.
Yeah, Seeker. So it wasn't a huge mistake, but it was a tiny mistake, and I was thinking about it. And like I hesitated to bench that combi, and then I'm like, oh, why did I bench that combi? It's too adorable. I had to do it. So it's like, alright, if Russ can draw a Lysandre, then he basically wins. Otherwise, it's very likely that I'm just able to Lysandre or Hex Maniac or something to get my last 2 prizes next turn.
I think I'm debating because I know I'm out of the VS Seekers and I can't get to the Lysandre next turn.
I don't remember if you don't have 1 left, because I don't even think I checked your discard pile, but I think if you have 1 left, then I think that you just kind of send up Aegislash, part of the cards, draw Lysandre, and kill combi. Otherwise you probably lose the next turn.
Well, I'm thinking, well, what if I can get an energy attachment and then you miss the Lysandre? So I grab your grave to try and track your discard to try and check for VS Seekers and see what you're gonna play into next turn.
Yeah, I've used that secret a lot of times for Hex Maniac, so maybe I'm out of VS Seekers. And I guess if I'm out of VS Seekers, then it makes sense to promote a Maniac, but I feel like I have 1 left.
Yeah, but then it goes to my mind, I was like, you're not getting a Metal Links online anyway, and if you have the VS Seeker for a Hex Maniac, that's the same thing as having a VS Seeker for a Lysandre to end the game anyway. So
yeah, that's what Aegislash heart of the card.
I know, I'll get there, Chill out, money.
Yeah, but this game was super close. I like this game a lot, watching it back.
Yeah, I know for sure I'm out of it.
Yeah, because once Russ Junipers, then I'm pretty sure I have it in my hand.
If I did have it left, I couldn't get to it because Hex Maniac also shut off my Shaymin.
Yeah.
So
Maniac
if it wasn't in your hand, then it's over.
yeah, anybody like just playing a ton of evolutions and like all these muscle bends and stuff and not playing Hex Maniac wins there.
Yeah. So
Deck making a big mistake.
Yeah, 1-1. There it is. There it is. The final VA secret was the final prize.
Super solid. And I think that was all we had left because our camera was running out of battery, so we never actually like got to play an official best of 3 series. But I think these games just give you a good idea of how Vespiquen and Rayquaza both, like, their engines are both really efficient. Hex Maniac, really strong card that some people might be overlooking.
They're definitely overlooking it.
Yeah.
I see some like people's opinions on the sets or like how they're trying to review, and they're like, "Oh, Hex Make, it's not a bad card, no abilities." I was like, "Are you kidding me? This card's ridiculous. It's so good." Like as a one of or like anything really.
The video's gone now.
Word.
Alright, that was good.